It is another important sports weekend, and one of the big events will be the return of Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. He has been on the sidelines after a major hit left him unconscious during the Bengals game 3 weeks ago. His controversial concussion prompted the Players Union and League to update their protocol. But the whole thing has raised a lot of questions about player safety. He spoke about it for the first time on Wednesday.
I was unconscious, so I couldn't, really tell what was going on. So, when I did come to and kind of realize what was going on, what was happening, I didn't think of anything, long term or short term.
Our panel's still here. Steph, I turn to you first. What does this do to youth sports? What do it do with parents watching this?
Did you hear that description? It is chilling. He's like, I remember everything. Well, and then I got hit and I don't remember anything until I got to the hospital. It's a brain injury. He suffered a dramatic brain injury. And here's the thing, less than a week before that, he also likely suffered a brain injury, although they say it was his back. But people watching it all suspect when he stood up and he stumbled, it was his head. Now he's going to be playing again. And there was a press conference that the head coach of the Dolphins gave where he came out and he said, this is not what you sign up for in the NFL. Well, and I thought to myself, hang on.
It is.
Kind of is. And Tua Tagovailoa is a smaller quarterback. The quarterbacks get reamed and they're trying to protect them more. Is he going to get hit again? Yeah, probably.
Okay, I would think that the league, the owners, would want to take health and safety on. A healthy team is a winning team. But there's this underbelly when you bring this up, that this is part of like the wussification of America addressing this and this all-time tough sports. That's what we're about.
Yeah, let's go. Get up. Walk it off.
The game was ruined when they brought in pads and helmets.
Terrible.
Terrible.
I'm with Hayes. I think the new game with all this safety gear, it's a surprise. Do you really think the owners care that much about it?
You would think
I think the league does. The league cares because it's existential for them. Right. Because you already have families that are not letting their kids play football.
We're one. I wouldn't let my boys play.
Because
they're not athletic.
They're not great. They're not great athletes.
You're a different situation.
So if there is a perception that you are not looking out for the safety of the players, and it matters, and that is why they've acted as quickly as they have. Bottom line, they can't have people who have skin in the game, quite literally, members of the team doctors, coaches, players, deciding when players get back in.
You would think that they would think of them as investments at the very least. Like, got to protect your investments, make sure that you have a good return on these people who are putting millions of dollars into.
All right, as long as you're talking about money, we have to talk about a different debate, one that has been sparked all over this country, but a TikToker laid it out quite well. Watch this.
Not to sound like a total hater, but genuinely what the hell's going on with this whole iPad tipping thing? Like, it's gotten so far to pain, it's almost laughable. Okay, the other day I ordered food. I ordered it online, went to the website, put in what I wanted, sent out the order, then got into my car to go pick it up. I get there, I give the girl my card to pay for the food. She puts it in, whatever. And then all of a sudden she spins that iPad around. I get whiplash. And she's like, would you like to leave a tip? Girlfriend, for what? What did you do? No, I'm actually going to flip this thing right back at you. I will be taking a tip, 20%, thanks. And then once you're done, go grab me a shirt. I'm clocking in. Because at this point, I'm genuinely more of an employee of this establishment than you are. And I would like to be compensated.
Okay, it's funny, but it's an issue, right? This is another thing that COVID changed, right? Because of COVID, we're now cashless. There's no tip jar. COVID reminded us how our service workers are important. They're underpaid. It's why we were giving such big tips after COVID. But is it the consumer's responsibility to make up for those service workers not getting paid? And especially now when people who never got a tip before are saying, here you go, here's my QR code.
Yeah, for what's the job? There are certain jobs that we're ready to tip for, and there are certain ones. My coffee order is easy. It's black coffee, thank you, tip. That took you 5 seconds. No, what's even worse, by the way, is when they ask you if you want to donate to a charity for sick children, and you have to say in front of like everybody in line, like, I just wanted to buy a hammer. I feel weird. I guess so, because I'm being shamed into doing it. So there's all kinds of ways, and it's tough to know if people how much money they're making. We should have cash for tips. There should be a jar. You can leave the change. That's enough said.
It's tricky.
I disagree, actually.
How dare you, sir?
I think I might be the only person around this table who is kind of fine with this new paradigm on tipping. I'm okay with it, because as long as they're...
But what is the new paradigm on tipping?
The new paradigm is...
Tip more.
Tip more. Yes, tip more for services. if you are being served, then tip someone. That is the
Well, now I
paradigm
feel like
right
a
now.
monster, Hayes.
I'm
You are a
I'm just
monster.
saying.
That's not
I'm
untrue.
just saying.
It's not
As
untrue.
long as people are out there struggling to make a living wage,
Yeah.
especially with all with inflation and everything, I know everyone is struggling. But I feel like
But
if
so
you
is
were in
the
a
consumer potentially.
But if you were in a service industry job, I feel like it is worse for you. You are trying to make ends meet, often on a part-time gig, often trying to do it with no control over your hours. And I think that if we're going to really fix this, then we should make it so that the minimum wage across the country can no longer be dependent on tipping.
I went
for
to
one
Starbucks
thing.
the other day. I went to Starbucks the other day and I hit the no tip. And I felt so awful.
Horrible.
I ran out. And then the next time I went back, I was like, I need to just start handing out 20s before I even order my latte. Here, 20 for you, a 20 for you. Thank you all
Right?
so much.
I mean, either tip them or let them unionize. One of the two. That's where I'm at.
You get recognized. How do you think? You're Stephanie Rule. If you don't tip, people are going to take videos.
I definitely tip, but I noticed this because my son applied for a job this summer as a checkout guy at a pizza place, and the person who interviewed him said, "Dirty little secret. You're going to make twice as much as you think because people are shamed into tipping."
Is that right?
And this was the owner of the pizzeria that said it. But
that's actually interesting that the owners who said it, not another employee trying to give him low down dirt. It's like that's the employer saying, I won't pay you as much as I should because you're going to make it in tips. And that, I think, is the unfair thing. And that, I think, is what needs to be changed. If we want to have a conversation about reducing the amount of tips we give out, we need to talk about the employer side of things and them actually paying people
Fair wages.
Here is a
Fair
tip
wages, real wages.
about tipping. Walk around with a bunch of fives and give those fives out to people who don't normally get tipped. It's amazing.
Bingo.
They love you. You feel good about
Here,
it.
here.
Everyone's happy. That five means nothing. What are they going to do? Go downtown, win a taxi. But you have a moment. You know, you're my doorman. Thank you very much.
We're out of time, but here's a tip. It's really a public service announcement this week. It's not just how much you tip. It's how you treat the person who's helping you.
Hear, hear.
That message is coming from the employees at the restaurant Baltazar. Pete Dominick, Hayes Brown, Jonathan Greenblatt, and Stephanie Goss, I thank you all for being here.